Sorry about that, guys. Right before the live, the internet, our little travel fi thing, decided it was going to give up the ghost.
Works
So,
perfect all day long, trying to do whatever, and 2 minutes before you gotta hit live, bloop, it's gonna shut off.
yes. So, welcome everybody. It's been 2 weeks since our last live. We apologize for last week, but yeah, it was not gonna happen. So we appreciate everyone being in here tonight. Before we get into the guts of everything, uh, we'll kind of let people filter in and stuff. But we want to welcome everybody. And if you're new here, we don't do a channel roll call. We just want to leave this time open for you guys to ask questions and whatnot. And so throw up your pink hands or blue hearts. Let us all know that you're here and we can get started. But I will preface that by saying it's not my best day, guys. So I'm gonna work through it and we're gonna get this done right here. So yeah, it's been a week. And before we get into the guts of that, uh, we'll just kind of go forward. Who you got to bring on, babe? Or bring up or
Well,
yeah.
we'll throw this out there because if you know, you know. Well, brother Tim over there.
If you guys have not watched David and Mike's videos from when they went to the ridge the other day, our ridge, not the big ridge, our ridge. Um, y'all, it was the funniest thing ever. We laughed our butts off. By far, one of David's top tens. If you haven't watched it, go watch
Oh
it
yeah.
because
Well, because David had one out, and then Mike and them had put a couple things
mm-hmm.
out, and David had put a couple out. Like, yeah,
Yep,
they were awesome,
celebrating farm life.
and it
Welcome.
was good for us guys. It was part of something we wanted to talk about tonight, anyways. But it was good because we got a little sneak peek of our ridge and see how the homestead's coming because we can't see it from here.
Yeah. So, but I will say, like, you know, being on YouTube, there's going to be haters, right? There's going to be comments and such, and I give y'all kudos because there was one comment I don't remember exactly what it says on David's video, and um y'all just jumped right in, like, White Rock's not there, and it just reaffirmed to us once again why y'all are the most amazing friends of ours, because you weren't having any of it, and I was just like, you go, thank you. And we don't get per se a lot of hate, and we're grateful for that. But when people jump to our defense when you don't ask it, that's the coolest. Sure.
Boss want to know you got a little bit of cold.
No, I mean there is an allergy element here. It's really bad right now. It's just not been a pristine day. So I'm working through it. I'm trying to. I was feeling a little wine in my ears tonight and thought, Jackie got me these beautiful earrings. I'm just going to show them off. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, if you haven't watched those videos, oh my gosh, they're so hilarious, and we giggled through all of it. And I am not sorry that Willie went to DD5 because Willie is the loudest goat. Y'all think Chanel is loud? Holy wow! Yeah, no, Willie is by far, and he's a perfect match for David or for Mike. That went there. Yes, yes, and so yeah.
Let's see. We understand. Don't worry about missing last week. Yeah. So last week, I guess
Well, first
we
off,
we can let a little bit of know of last week. So
yeah,
there was some issues. I'm not. We're only 5 minutes in. We can't just give it all away right at once. But we'll give it here in just a couple minutes, guys. But last week we were at her aunt and uncle's. We weren't supposed to go there that soon. It's where we ended up, and down there, hashtag no cell life.
yeah, that
And
was the main
even our
part.
little travel fi, it works off cell phone service, and when you're in an area that doesn't matter what brand or company you have for cell service,
That don't matter.
there it doesn't matter. You're just not going to get it. And I did try. I got on for a little while on that Tuesday and tried to do Sergeant's Talk, and it kicked me off 2 or 3 times before I was like, okay, this thing isn't going to work. So
Yeah.
um,
So that was the main reason.
yeah.
And it's also a big part of why we haven't put out any coffee chats this last week, because one, I'm so far behind in videos that it would be very confusing to give it all. Two, when it storms, I personally, I need time to digest it and to, you know, circle back into some more thoughtful thinking. And so, you know, I needed that time to process, because it's just like hit after hit after hit after hit. And yeah. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris.
Yeah. I'm changing my name now, guys. And we're not in the Nugget anymore. We're in the Biscuit trailer.
The biscuit.
So that's what the third name for it now, right?
Yeah.
Because David calls it the Bullet.
The Bullet. Yep.
So
thank you, Daryl. I saw he said, love your earrings. Yes. I make sure I take them everywhere with me. Because they're just so cute. Can you all see them? Jackie sent me those. They're so awesome. Yeah. And, you know, if you guys haven't, go back and watch Tim's live, because it was hilarious. From the moment we met Tim, because he has friends, Tara and Chris. And then he has friends, Jason and Tara. And the poor dude just goes right. He gets the Tara right, but he gets the Jason and the Chris wrong.
And it's all the time. So I just got used to it.
Yeah.
It's but you know, when you're amongst friends, you got to have some banter against one another.
Yeah.
So
it just continues on. We love it. We love it.
Says I wanted to stop in and say hello.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Yeah. We appreciate y'all coming.
Uh-oh. Jess is getting you.
Bagel. I know. She yeah. Yeah, thank God for Jess. She's pretty amazing. Bagel. No, it's not for all y'all. It's water. Yeah.
Finally have chat.
It's Sarah. Hi, sweetheart. Sarah is our wonderful, wonderful friend and neighbor from our river camp up north in Michigan.
Yeah, and we're still bummed that we had plans and everything to go up there this summer, and yeah, that had to get ex-nayed.
But it's just another reminder that everything does happen for a reason, even if we don't understand it, because had we taken those 2 weeks, we would have been in even a more world of poo-poo to deal with everything that has occurred after the fact. So yeah.
Hi, Punky.
Oh, is Gabby there? Hi, Gabby.
Gabby's there.
Hi, Punky.
Amy says there's already enough Chris's.
Right. And you know, there's a lot of Taras. It wasn't until I was an adult that I actually like met a lot of Taras. In fact, one of my best friends' name is Tara also, and Tara Lynn at that. And it's crazy how many more you meet as an adult, and there are a lot on YouTube as well. But it's nuts.
He almost did, but he just couldn't pull himself. I love you, Patrick.
You're awesome, Patrick. Thank you. So just in case there's any questions, I guess. So one of the things that I had to process about everything that has occurred this last week is I don't want to dwell on all of it. Sorry.
You're making the whole thing.
I know, it's a wobbly table. And I don't want to sound like, oh, woe is me, right? But y'all deserve an explanation for, you know, why we've not been on and why we're not doing coffee chats, why we're, you know, all of that. So I guess
I'll start off.
Well, hold on. Yeah. Well, we live in Arkansas, in the Ozarks, close to the Missouri line, or Missouri, as David says. But currently we are in Tennessee. We're in East Tennessee. My dad has had some medical challenges that have made it very important for us to be here. And so we've been here, 6 weeks now?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think we're I think this is week 6, maybe.
Yeah. Live on the little ridge. Tim, you're killing me, dude. Yeah. But David got to see how big our tractor was. Go blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're temporarily relocated and we're living in our 17-foot nugget, making the best with small space. And we'll get into that. But I'll preface the whole week by starting where it started, right? So our son Zach and daughter-in-law Holly bought a house and super excited for them. And we decided that we were going to, hi Kim. We decided that we could break away. Dad was doing well. And we decided that we were going to break away for a couple days, go up north to Ohio and help out our kids, unpack, fix food, whatever they needed us to do. That's what we were going to do. And the benefit to that was we'd have an opportunity to spend time with the grandkids. So we did jump in the truck. We did film a video saying goodbye to the Tennessee Ridge, and we're on our way to Ohio. And that's where I'm going to leave that story because it's a long story. So we made a list and we're just going to read the
Tim,
list.
you'll be proud. Look, wait, I don't want you to read it, but there's we figured if we're going to do everything like the Big Ridge, which I'm still kind of wondering how big it really is, but 101 feet evidently.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. But we might as well make lists too.
Yeah. So in the spirit of being a survivor and in the spirit of adapt and overcome, rather than sit here and just go blah, 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 blah about everything that went wrong, we just made a list and we're just going to read the list. And then if y'all have questions, then you can ask your questions rather than us just sitting here belly aching about it forever. But, we felt like we did want to give an explanation. So
yeah, so
the story left off on our way to Ohio.
Yeah, we left from here. We got about an hour north, which would be the Kentucky line. And in that hour, well, we hit a couple rough spots in the road. And all of a sudden, the truck started shaking like crazy.
Scary.
And I got it
Very
woe down the
scary.
first time. We pulled off. I looked, didn't see anything like obviously broken. No, nothing obvious that I could look at on the side of the road. So we got back on the road, driving along. Everything's all hunky dory. Hit another little bunch rough patch in the road. Death wobble again, and
that's a scary
the whole truck
thing.
shaking. Doesn't stop till you get below, 30, 35. And I knew, okay. At that point after the second time, I knew, okay, it's not just the road. We had gotten through because she had looked online.
And that stretch of road is notorious for accidents and for rough terrain. Yeah.
So we went ahead and
pulled over.
Made the call. All right, we're gonna turn around. We're not gonna take the freeway because, well, obviously the truck can't handle freeway speeds, and typically the death wobble is not till you hit about 65, 70. So it was like, all right, instead of chancing any more catastrophic issues with the truck, let's turn around. Well, we came back. Well, luckily, did we put the AC video out? No.
Yeah, the truck AC.
The truck AC. So you guys have met if you watched that video
fixed.
when we got the air conditioning in the truck. So you met cousin Chad. Well, hey, another phone call. We got to go back. And he's like, nope, not a problem. I got all the tools. Come back. We're gonna fix it. And so we did. We grabbed the Nugget. Went to Aunt Will and Uncle Jerry's again. That's where.
And then this is where our list begins. So we're not going to go through explanations right away. Just read the list, baby, because it just kept coming.
So, yeah. First, it starts off with we looked at everything and said, yep, all the tie rods need changed. So get in there, rip them off. As I'm in there, it needs brakes. Went ahead, did oil change, needed that. Good to go. Well, couldn't get an alignment that day because it was one of those, hey, we're going to fix this. Then we're going to turn around. We're still going to go to Ohio. Yeah, no. Go to get an alignment done. the next day because we couldn't get it done that day.
No, it was 2 days.
Was it 2
It was
days?
Friday.
Yeah, I think it was
Mhm.
2 days. So we got the very first, because evidently alignments are a thing this time of year, and you got to make appointments weeks in advance. So get in there for the alignment. The guy's like, "Yeah, this isn't good. We can't do an alignment." What do you mean? All right, got his list of things. Said, "Not paying that price. You're not changing it. Go ahead, grab my keys." We went back to the house. All the ball joints, a track bar, like pretty much the rest of the front steering suspension parts, we had to run. Well, there was one part that we couldn't get for 2 days. So said, all right, fine.
Or
Well,
maybe it was Wednesday we got the alignment. Friday
we had to wait
parts.
till the next day
Yeah.
for the alignment. But then it was 2 days that we waited for the part because I had to order it online. Because to buy it from any parts store, which they were going to have to order it, was going to be $500 or $600.
Yeah.
Well, we got on Amazon, and yeah, I didn't pay $600 for one. So got that in and got those parts. Well, in the meantime, we had showed up to Aunt Willa and them's, and they've got a shed. One end is open, there's no door on it. It's where they used to park their camper, about the same size as the Nugget. He had it hooked up with 30 amp power. Everything was good. We've plugged into it with, I think, all of our campers before.
Yeah.
Never had an issue. So we get there and I plug in, and the air conditioner was sounding a little funky when I plugged it in, but was like, we were just on a long ride. I plugged it in pretty quick, not letting everything settle. It'll settle out. We plugged it in, walked away for a little while, maybe an hour.
I was inside because I was putting things away. Because now, mind you, I had packed up tons of our jarred goods. And if you've been here a while, you know that I prepped a long time's worth of food, right? Well, I can. So I'm talking cans and everything else. Yes.
I just made a realization. He's really going to love this.
Yeah.
So Joey's asking that I write it in crayon. No, I didn't write the list, guys, in crayon. I wrote it
in a Ridge Life pen.
In a Ridge Life pen. Totally on accident. Just now realized it.
Yeah. And so I had literally unpacked everything we were going to take to Ohio, put it back on the shelves, put the shelves, or no, I had the shelves up. Only like within an hour later to have to repack all of my jarred goods to get the Nugget prepared to travel, to get to Aunt Willa's and Uncle Jerry's. But giving way too much here. Go through the list.
Yeah, so plugged it in. Anyways, they had been making some changes around there with cousin Chad and their stuff.
With the shop.
That wiring plug got rewired, and it didn't get wired as a 110 30 amp. It got rewired as a 220 30 amp. Yeah.
For those that don't understand electrical, because I don't understand it either, that means when I'm putting things away, I start smelling something. Babe, something's not right. Babe, this outlet's not working. I'm still smelling sizzle, right? So he comes in, he opens up the breaker box. Sizzle, big pop, smoke, lots of smoke. That brings us to our list of...
Well, that was the inverter.
The inverter.
So the 12-volt inverter, which we didn't utilize a lot of anyways, because typically when we go somewhere, we need at least 110 because I do have a CPAP. So we don't use the inverter a lot, hardly at all, really. In our freshwater tank, you would need the inverter to run the water pump, but our freshwater tank doesn't hold water. So I was like, all right, whatever. No harm, no foul. But it also burned up one of our portable fans.
Oh, yeah. The real cool one. I got it at a thrift shop for $5.
It was
one of those old metal ones with the stand. Oh, so
it was smelling horrible in here. So
it was awful.
We didn't realize this though at the time, and it was dinner time. So we run in, go have dinner. Well, while we're having dinner, cousin Chad's like, "Wait a minute, I wired that right. It's 220. You won't stop." Okay, ran out, unhooked it, fixed it. Luckily, guys, the AC started working again. And the outlets, because I turned the breaker for the inverter off because it also controls 2 outlets, because I already blew the inverter, I went ahead and flipped that breaker back on, and guess what? The outlet started working. So really, we were just down the inverter, which we didn't use much, and a fan, which, yeah, right now,
Whatever.
not fun.
So we spent our whole time at Aunt Willa's, which
Yeah.
a lot of great footage coming out, guys. It's just such a blast there. So stay tuned for that.
So yeah, then we
brought the nugget home.
We got the nugget.
Brought the nugget back to Dad's.
We came back because we got what we needed to on the truck done. Got back up here. Well, because we had another project to work on up here. And so it was like, we've got to go. Well, yeah. I couldn't get an alignment on the truck. And I'm like, well, we got it pretty close. Well, instead of the steering wheel being here, it was now there. And, oh, it drove horrible.
Sorry.
Okay, hopefully we're back, guys. We just switched to one of the
Mickey
phones.
And Keith.
Yeah,
we're gonna hospital. Hopefully we got power.
So I'm gonna scroll down, guys. I know you've got a lot of comments, so
yeah,
please let us know if you're seeing us again before we go any further. All
Sorry
right,
about
Celebrating Farm Life says we're back.
Yes. So anyway, we come home. I'm gonna finish this list real quick because it was never meant to be this in depth. We come back to Dad's. It wasn't 2 days in. The AC did the whole zzz, so they'll pop smoke
on the nugget here.
On the nugget. I really thought we were gonna burn down. Lost the AC. All right, fine. It's cooling down. We'll be hot a couple days. Open the windows. The next day, I go to log in or I go to edit a video, and my computer, the laptop, is screen flicker, nonstop. Really? Oh, y'all, I just about threw my hands up and was like, I just can't. I just can't. But I did. And here we are. Was that everything on the list? Oh, well, we wore out the tires.
Did you talk about the computer?
Yeah. Well, the computer did end up, I ran all the updates. I ran everything. It still didn't fix it. I know there were several people out there that I did talk to about it, Justin being one of them. And they added the laptop onto the prayer list because I'm like, guys, I can't afford this. We can't afford this. Lo and behold, guys, my computer quit flickering. Just like that. So thank God. Because telling you what, we've had a lot of discussion about me going back to work.
Talking about that?
What? Right. Oh.
Okay. So yeah. So on top of all this,
on
right,
top
guys,
of all this,
we get 2 phone calls from home, which we told you guys last time we had a live. The raccoons and possums that got into our chickens.
So we were down. Out of 22, we had 3 chickens left.
Right. So we talked about that. Well, then we get a phone call and said, hey, 2 of our rabbits, the neighbor dogs came down, got 2 of the rabbits, 2 of the ones that we had just decided before we left we were going to keep them to turn them into the future breeders. But luckily, Aunt Swami was there, was able to actually catch one of the dogs. They were, German Shepherds, I think. Was able to catch the dogs, and they had a tag with a number on them. And so she called and said, hey, so the guy come down, got the dogs, apologized, said, hey, I'll make it right. Let me know. Let me know what it's going to be. So we're like, okay, you know, fine, we'll take care of it when we get home. Well, a couple days later,
The dogs came back.
the dogs came back, and they took out 5
more rabbits.
So we're down to, I mean, at least we still have 2. We still have a male and a female that were part of our original.
Jack and Chrissy.
Jack and, yeah.
The dogs got Janet.
And the young ones.
Cry over a rabbit, really?
And the young ones, we had like 4 young ones in with her that we hadn't transferred out yet. And, you know, I was kind of in the works of trying to get something built to get them. So, yeah, losing all that. Then it was troubles with the truck and then troubles with the Nugget. And, yeah, we got back here and we're like, okay, well, then the computer, right? And we're like, okay.
It just seemed like everything. And when you get to that point, guys, where things just compound, you know, you have to wonder, like, what's going on here? Like, what is up? And my daddy is like, well, you just need to remember you're working against principalities. And that's truth. So I've been able to, I swore I was not going to tear up. Ugh, I hate that. I don't know why all of this stuff is happening. Other than, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't even have another. I don't have.
Yeah, and it's one of those that
I got nothing, folks.
We're not gonna get. Oh, something's crawling on me. We're not gonna have the answer to that, right? There's only one person that does, and he's not telling us. So, but we have the confidence and the faith and the fact that he's only going to give us what we knows we can handle. We may not enjoy handling it, and it might make.
Oh, I enjoyed handling it because guess who got on the phone and called the dude who has the dogs? You don't want to know what I said to that dude.
he did. We called him back after the second time. Was like, all right, enough's enough. And he said he's putting a shelter up for them or a kennel. They won't get out again. And then when we get back home,
I told him what would happen if they did.
Yeah.
In my nicest way I can.
Yeah.
And assured him that would be the case. So the ridge is really, really on the slim side, even more so now that, you know, David brought Mike over to get them their goats and Ellie Mae for Mel and Gary. And we've just so loved their videos, getting to see our goats. We do really miss home, guys. You have no idea how much we miss home, but we know that we're here. So that brings us to Dad's procedure, which was originally scheduled for Wednesday. The surgeon called and he had overbooked that day. Well, he didn't call, the surgeon's office called, and they had overbooked surgeries that day. So they moved his surgery to tomorrow morning. So we have to get up bright and smiling. We have to leave here by 5 a.m. And we have to be there at 6. So Dad's procedure is at 8. So we check in at 6, procedures at 8. And I'm believing that everything is going to go well. It is a riskier procedure, but I'm believing that it's going to go well.
We have all these beautifully amazing people that come and support us and everything. And I'm seeing it as I'm reading through the chat, guys, of the prayers, and just keep them coming. Like we know that power of prayer, and through the positivity, that tomorrow is going to just go dashingly.
And there's more that, like, we seriously were looking at finding another camper while we were here, because quite honestly, if it sizzled everything and it keeps sizzling things, are we safe? You know, I've had that concern, and we were looking at possibly getting another camper while we're here, and, you know, turn it into a project, which is not an unfamiliar thing. We talked about that our very first week we were here. Bottom line is, with everything that's happened, that's not a feasible option for us at the moment. So we are gonna troop it out.
I'll let you know, Ryan. It's supposed to be taken care of. If not,
we are gonna suck it up. We're gonna pull up our big girl panties and we are going to just adapt and overcome. And who cares about AC? We've got this little fan I got at a thrift shop for $2.
This thing's just blowing all the. At least the sun has gone down, so the air's cooling off. But you know it, and that was the thing.
We have
guys.
a warm place to lay our head at night.
There'll be a lot more details
on the videos
with the videos that are coming out, and that, I mean, that's been kind of a blessing. Is I know we haven't been getting them out as fast, but we've been getting some content while we're here.
Actually, we got some really cool content.
Yeah,
honestly.
And a really awesome project that we did with Deb. And we're not going to give a lot of details. You guys know we were going to do that project.
We're building an underground greenhouse. Y'all are going to want to watch this because I know it's a hot mess because we changed directions like 3 or 4 times during the build. We didn't have our...
You said you're already spilling more.
Yeah. So
y'all, she told me not to say nothing about that at all, and she's just blah 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 with it off.
But it is cool. It is cool.
Yeah, so dad's procedure tomorrow.
Hi, old pecan.
The other positive thing, you know, that we're looking at, I mean, one, we're both still healthy, everything's going on, but 3 of the goats did go to their new homes, and we loved it. I mean, there was one, Dolly, that Mike and Lissa got that it took a little convincing because Mama didn't really...
did not want to give up. Y'all know how much I loved... Well, I love all my goats, but Dolly and I... but we were here and we're not home, and it made the most sense. And sometimes in this life and then in this world, you have to do things that you're not necessarily wanting to do, but you know it's a need to do. We still have one goat, Waylon, that we need to find another home for. So hit me up if you're in the market for a wonderful little Nigerian buck. He's amazing. I love Waylon. I loved Willie too. It's really hard to say goodbye, but that's part of having
it is. But they're going to they went to great homes, guys, and you know, actually it worked out perfect, and I'm glad the videos came out the way they did, especially with Willie and Mike.
They were so funny.
And everything going on, because like they're kind of like dogs, to where they have a personality where they connect with a certain human. And the goats, they're very much the same.
But Dolly was my girl.
And so to go there, I think, you know, it's awesome. And even for Dolly, she's a sweet one that is very cuddly, and it's going to work with Mike and Lissa and the kids for them to be able to go out and have that interaction. And then Emmy Lou going to, or Ellie Mae, sorry. Emmy Lou.
We kept Emmy Lou.
Yeah, we did.
We're keeping Emmy Lou.
Ellie Mae going to Mel and Gary at Simple Life Reclaim. So, you know, and they're already loving her. I'd seen that they'd put, we watched their video this morning, and I think they put an actual video out today or something. And we haven't watched that one yet. But, you know, knowing that she's in a great place, everybody, you know, they're loving and we were we were glad. I mean, one, we wanted to figure out how we were going to downsize goats, because 8 was too many, way more than we signed up for.
And there's a cost of feed and
so for them to go, you know, stay within the family, and you know, we get to see them, you know, when we go visit and through videos and stuff, and it helps them out.
It's mutually beneficial, because as all of our communities, goat herds grow, we're all familiar with our goats. So when it comes time to breed Emmy Lou, Betty, and Wilma, I know that I can go to like David and I can pick a goat there and breed. And so they also, so having that communal existence as far as like goat herds go, we're able to cross them and know, because we've all raised them and they've been a part of our homesteads. And so it's mutually beneficial. Knowing where they go, knowing we'll be able to see them, I have no regrets. Well, I mean, I do, because I miss my goats. But
look, we start talking about.
But we did it. Yes,
projects.
we did, Deb. Yes, yeah. But yeah, we're not gonna give away too many. Bert, you goofy girl. I love you guys. I love you too, Bert. That's our sister, Bert.
Thanks, sis.
But yeah, so I know Jackie from, well, not your daddy's partners. She sent them to me last year.
See, now she's calling it a wall of penny.
It's a jalapeno. Y'all wait. You just gotta see the video.
Yeah.
Zip womp. Yes. But the coolest thing ever, y'all.
I
can't
love
wait.
Willie. He gives my cat. Oh yeah.
He does. It was the funniest videos to watch. And yes, there is an element of trauma in any move when you're moving livestock. And the people that don't have livestock are the first ones to chime in and correct anything they feel is wrong. Well, anyone who has a homestead knows when you move animals how you can, when you can. And it's not the end all be all. And you do what you have to do. So, yes. Tell Uber wasn't right. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Joe, you'll understand more about this when the videos come out of an underground.
Yeah. That's all I'm sharing, because
Willie is
it's gonna, we have one more day on the jalapeno. I love you, Dad. On the jalapeno build. It took us a little bit longer, but we've had a blast doing it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. We have learned a lot. She's learned a lot. They've learned a lot. And it's a beautiful project. I cannot wait for y'all to meet the jalapeno.
Yeah. And Brian, the song. We loved the song David sang.
I know. I sent him a text message and I'm like, this is Lola. What'd I say? Lola Bahoma or something from Hillbilly Records, and I'd like to talk to David from Come On Mountain about a record deal. I know.
Ellie Mae had it out with Sir, and Abe got scared and hopped on the. So the fun part is, and we've talked with Mel and Gary already today.
They're just like chickens. They're just like chickens.
Yeah, and Ellie Mae has been with all of the goats that we have, because she is the matriarch. Mm-hmm. And
there's a pecking order.
But they would still headbutt one another when they were there all the time.
But then they cuddle down.
Right. And so, I'd put a comment on their video so that people could see that for themselves. But one of it is they'll do that to each other, but like for her, she won't do it to another person.
She's never, ever come at us.
But it's just how they establish their. So when we were watching, and of course, like I said, she had got talking with Mel about, hey, the kids will be fine in there. She's not going to do it to one of the kids.
Right.
Even the adults. And of course, I liked how Gary was like, man, with her horns. And there's been a couple times we've done that, squat down, and all of a sudden the tip of her arm is like at your eyeball level.
And she's not trying. It's just they're just horns.
It's there, and so it does make you nervous. But never.
I mean, she was not dehorned. Now Waylon, the one boy goat I still have left that we need to find a home for whatever reason, and his mom Dolly actually came. Dolly's the one that David that Mike and Lissa took. She is a papered Nigerian, so she's fully papered. She's never had horns, and neither Waylon has never gotten buds. We did not burn them. We did not debud them. We didn't do any of that. So it's got to be something in the genetics that Dolly and Waylon do not have horns. Now, Emmy Lou, Ellie Mae, Dandy's got. So the only original goat we have left is Dandy, the one that you can't even touch. But she just had Betty and Wilma, and they're not weaned yet. So we're not going to rehome Dottie or,
Dolly.
Dolly.
No,
Dandy. Yeah.
You're naming off so many names.
I know. We're not going to rehome her yet until Betty and Wilma are fully weaned. So.
Yeah. And then, so it'll be a little while. But which they technically, I think they're probably old enough now that we could. But with us not being there, it's good to have an older one in there that can.
Yeah, and they'll do a pecking order too.
Yeah.
But, so
Patrick said David at his trailer wants a new mill. You sure something isn't missing?
No, I
Yeah.
wonder, but
That one's too small for David. It's not bougie enough. It's not automated. Like
when and if David decides to get a new mill, he already knows that we'll be over to help him get it set up. So yes. Hi, Dana. So
wonder if they got BFF Stella. Hi.
Hi, Stella. With all that being said, of our crazy week, and we've sat down and we've talked with Dad. He really is doing well. It doesn't change his diagnosis. It doesn't change anything about what we're going through. But once Dad has this surgery, if he shows improvement and he's doing well on his own, and when I feel comfortable, then we're going to exit and come home to the Ridge. So we don't have a date for that. It's all up in the air. But Mama V, you didn't have to do that, sweetheart. I love you bunches too. I miss all y'all.
Yeah, establish how I got behind on comments, but
yeah. So you know, when we left the Ridge, we did not have a time frame that we were going to be here, and Dad is doing a remarkable job taking his vitals in the mornings, taking his blood sugar, recording all of it. You know, if you all remember back in the spring, Dad was a little bit and he was a little bit ornery about having to do all those things.
That's not an even trade.
What?
Said David left the vibe on the Little Ridge, then took the sawmill back.
No. Not cool, Tim. Not cool. But he is really settled in. He's kind of gone full circle. And he's doing what he needs to do. He's showing great restraint in his dietary needs. He is monitoring all the vitals and blood sugars that I've asked him to do and that his doctors have asked him to do. And I'm really darn super proud of my dad. We can't go back and change the life choices that got him in this position in the first place. But I'm really proud of him for making some changes to increase this second chance that he's been given. So yes, definitely we'll take all the prayers for tomorrow's procedure, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 7 p.m. Central Standard, if you're the praying type, you want to be in there. And we're just really hoping that we know this isn't going to fix everything, but it should increase his ability for his heart to have to work not as hard. So that's what we're hoping.
Oh, I'm gonna throw it up. I see Sister Bird had actually
sent
2. We seen the first one, or I didn't see the first one, but I seen it starred. So
Bert,
thank you, sister. You don't have to do that.
You didn't have to do that, but we love you. What's up?
I know that, fella.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a lot.
Thank you.
It's been a lot.
Almost a Green Acre. They're gonna get going, but they were actually talking about maybe doing something like that, the underground greenhouse deal, because they're up in Canada.
Well, stay tuned because it's interesting. We don't pretend to have all the answers. We don't pretend that our way is the only way. I'm not doing it as an instructional. It's a entertaining thing. So take it as you will. You want to be inspired by it? We would love to see your challenge of, you know.
Now I see why Tim was talking about Tim Ridge Life was talking about Tim Mason's, and it's because he's wearing a ridge on his.
Yes.
And with all this chaos, guys, and I do, want to throw it out there. Tim and Dana Mason they've been really close to us physically, like they're where they're at right now. And we've been trying to get together, but with all this chaos and the truck issues and other
prior commitments, it hasn't worked out. Like I said, I'm believing for a really good outcome tomorrow, which should free us up. Also, we have some really cool stuff back at Aunt Willa's and Uncle Jerry's that needs to come to fruition too before we head home. I'm really excited about that, guys. I will tell you, I'll give you a little nugget of beans.
Like coffee beans?
No, that's up to Cuddly Texan.
Well, they said all my best wishes for Dad's recovery. Take care. Miss you both. Are you
Oh,
rich?
thank you, Coffee Beans. I thought you were talking about beans. Y'all have heard, or maybe you haven't, but
Oh, I like where he's going.
yeah, I have shared a little bit of my childhood and growing up, that when I was young, we went on wagon trains. And I fell in love with the pioneer life growing up doing those wagon trains. Covered wagons, horses. We'd stop for the night. We'd build camp. We'd cook around a big pot. I learned to play the spoons and the jug. There's one coming up, y'all. There's one coming up. That's all I'm gonna say.
You were looking out the window, and I'm like, "Who's coming up here?"
No,
you were talking about the wagon train.
Yeah.
So,
if all the
Tim.
stars align correctly.
I don't know why I can't see the.
Oh wow, 210.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Thank you.
We evidently are a little short on the old button.
Yeah, I just love all y'all, and you guys are so supportive and make things easier. And not that I expect, or not that I have an expectation to perform for you guys or to do this for you guys or be there for you guys or anything like that. But you all as a community keep me going.
You keep.
I know y'all say, don't worry about us. We'll still be here when you get back. We'll still watch. We'll still do this, that, and the other. I put that pressure on myself to not let y'all down. And I know you guys say I don't have to do that. But I thank you because I do that. I thank you because I need you. Because you give me purpose and help me to move forward. So I just want to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you guys, that I love you and I appreciate you. And we are a part of the Homestead Hangout every Thursday night. We're going to get past this before I tear up. I swear I wouldn't tear up. So we start off the evening every Thursday with Gillen Farms. You bop over to us at White Rock Homestead. And then you jump over to Ginger at Not For Nothing Homestead. And you round out the night with Dale and Lisa at 9 Acre Family Farms. There, I got it. I got it in.
And it's every week, guys, unless we decide to go to a spot that doesn't have any signal, and then we're out of the loop. But that schedule happens no matter what.
Yeah. And it may happen again because we do have plans to go back to Aunt Willis. So if that happens and we're not able to pull off a live, then either we're going to drive into town to a park, or I don't know what we're going to do. I guess we'll figure that out when the day comes. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah. See, Jonesy popped in.
Jonesy, did you watch our last video? I gave you a little bit of in that video. There's Laura. Hi, Laura. I miss you, sweetheart. I know. She's so sweet. So yeah, the last 10 minutes are your guys's. I've filled in all the.
And I made it to the bottom of the chat somehow.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Spoons and Jugs karaoke night. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan and Jess, you have no idea how much I miss our karaoke night. It is much needed when we get home.
Oh, and I don't think that I even told you guys. So I did end up right before we left. We went and we had a package delivered to our place that wasn't ours. It was the neighbor next door. And got talking to them because I'm like, hey, here's a package. Of course, then they were asking us, hey, who's murdering goats over there? It wasn't murdering anybody.
It was Willie.
It was Willie wanting attention. But yeah, they've almost come over a couple times when we've had our late night shenanigans over there. And I was like, hey, when we get back home, like, I'll let you know we're home. And they were all about it.
They were gonna come over. They're like, who's the singers?
Yeah, we were all a little worried that, hey, they weren't gonna enjoy it. And no, they were.
I know, we miss you guys too.
And
the thing is, like, if you didn't know, I was always in bands, right? I've been in 4 bands and love to sing.
Well, sing right now then.
No.
You get to sing Happy Birthday a couple days ago.
Oh, I did not. I see, that's so how far away removed I am. I will have to do that for her. But actually, right before I met Jason, I was working on the vent unit and I got really, really sick. This was prior to COVID. And I hacked and I coughed for over a month solid. We're talking, I went to the ER. No one could tell me if it was viral or bacteria. My nurse practitioners couldn't figure it out. I was sick.
Won't happen, James.
And I
You're stuck
coughed.
with us.
I coughed so much that it damaged my vocal cords. And as someone who has grown up singing her entire life in bands with my family, I always identified as a singer. And y'all know what it's like when you identify as something, you know, when you take on that for yourself. To not be able to sing again, at least not have the range or.
They were good, Glenn.
Yeah, it was a really hard pill to swallow. So amazingly, short of our karaoke nights, Jason has never heard me sing. He's heard me on recordings, but
well, the one time with your grandma and your aunts, you guys were
rocking it,
singing
yeah.
the
Yeah, but even then I struggled. I don't have the range that I used to have. I don't know if I could ever get it back, but yeah, that's rough. It's rough not being able.
Thank you, Jackie.
But when we're on the ridge and we've got a big old speaker and we're just passing the mic back and forth and none of us really cares because Ryan was in a band too. And we get our fix. We definitely get our fix. We pass the mic back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we just belt out. And of course, me, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. But yeah, we have fun. Hi, Bitty Boo. Aw, thank you, Bitty Boo. Come home soon, ASAP. I know I saw that. I don't know who that was from.
And then.
Aw, super.
Jonesy just
super
sent us.
Sticker. Thank you, Jonesy. And
See?
Yeah.
Mama V knows.
Not like I used to, y'all. Not like I used to. I can still carry a tune, but no, nothing like I used to.
Patrick wants to know who's the worst singer, David or Tim.
I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have to have a competition on the trout fishing trip. There y'all go. Y'all need to start bringing it up. So anytime Tim, David, Rox, or Anthony, any of them, Drew, they mention the trout trip, you need to throw it out there that there needs to be a singing contest between Tim at Ridge Life and David at Come On Homesteading. I want to watch that video. Yeah.
Good work, Ollie. I'm proud of you, brother. Keep doing it.
You are.
Everyone make sure, sold on RV Life.
Mm-hmm.
Go wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Laura. I love you. Now I can't even sing her happy birthday because I just sat here and said I was a singer and then I'm going to sound like boo-doo-doo-doo. Won't work. Yes. Yep. I used to be. When I would go sing, I loved. No, don't get this wrong.
Jess is there. She said you could sing.
So during my single years before, because I was single almost 10 years, I would go to a little pub bar called Charlie's back where we used to live every Saturday night. Not every, but a good majority of Saturday nights. It wasn't to go get drunk. It wasn't to go meet guys. It was to sing. And it got to the point where people were putting in requests and I'd literally have to go be like, what am I singing? And I would get up there and oh my gosh, we would have a blast. And my favorite bartender, Heidi, and I mean
Lauren says y'all can do Patsy Cline.
Oh, I can totally blow out Patsy
okay,
Cline.
Jess, that's fair. Alcohol is.
It is. I don't know. I actually had gotten in touch with one of my bandmates and asked him if he had any recordings because I thought how fun would it be to put out one of our videos of our music because we do have a song that we wrote. So what is my favorite genre to sing? Clearly, I have a very raspy voice. The blues, y'all. If you're not familiar with Susan Tedeschi, pull it up. Susan Tedeschi and the Truck Band. It'll change your life. She's got such amazing soulful music. I never could achieve the range that she had, but there were multiple songs of hers I did. A lot of old rock. 70, 80 stuff. Think of any duets. Think of, when I was in my last band, we had 2 leads, me and a male lead. And so we would harmonize the crap out of each other. So if it was a female lead, he would harmonize. If it was a male lead, I would harmonize. So country, older rock, and definitely the blues. Yes. Thank you, Daryl. You have a good weekend too. Congratulations on the sale of your rentals too. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, not quite as serious as what you've gone through. But yeah, you can damage.
Oh, that's And Mike over at DD5, if you guys haven't been over there, go wish him a birthday.
Yeah. Let's put a good set list together. It's so funny. We'll be in a store or something, and I'll hear a song, and I'm like, oh, I can sing that. Because I have to be really particular now about what I choose to sing, because I don't have the range that I used to have.
See, Deb's all excited for Charlie's.
I know, right?
It's not even there. Well, I think the building is, but
they closed it. But boy, did we have fun. So
oh, so Patrick and his dad are gonna catch all the fish the week before we're there.
It's gonna be a fun. We are gonna be, regardless of the situations, we're gonna be back in Arkansas that week. I sound like Willie. If you guys haven't watched those videos, y'all gotta go back and watch them. Our poor goats are so vocal. I know y'all heard them. But...
Stella is watching us at home.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Well, we have 1 minute left, guys.
Yeah.
I want to thank each and every one of you for your amazing support, for sticking with us even when we're just a hot mess. We're no different than y'all. We're just normal people trying to do what's right and trying to survive in this thing called life. So got a lot of cool videos coming out, and yeah. All right, baby, do your thing.
All right,
it's time to go,
guys. You're going over to Not For Nothing Homestead. That's where you got to go now. So just go. All right, I'm gonna cook it out. Bye.
No, you won't do that. No, because you gotta do your thing.
Come on now, get on out of here. Get. Not For Nothing Homestead. Get on out of here.